Some betrayals don't just break you, they burn everything you thought was real. The desert wind howled through the narrow streets of West Ember, a small town in Arizona where secrets were buried deeper than the bones beneath the dry earth. Dust clung to windows, and every sunset painted the sky blood red. For Chase Donovan, the town was more than home. It was where he had built a life, a business, a future with the woman he loved. But by the end of the summer, it would become the place where that life would burn to ash. Chase was 32, tall, strong-jawed, and known for being the kind of man who did things the right way. He owned Donovan Auto Works, the most trusted garage in town, and was known for treating his crew like family. Life had been hard growing up. His mother died when he was 12, and his father drank himself into the grave, but Chase had survived it all. And when he met Miranda, he thought fate had finally smiled on him. Miranda Hayes was beautiful in a sharp-edged way, blonde hair always pulled into a neat ponytail, piercing green eyes, a wit that cut quick, and a smile that could disarm any room. She was the town's high school guidance counselor, always encouraging others to pursue their dreams. They married after 2 years of dating, and Chase had never felt surer about anything in his life. For the first year, everything was perfect. Until it wasn't. It started small, the way it always does. Miranda started working late more often. She stopped laughing at Chase's jokes. She'd stay glued to her phone during dinner, quick to silence it if he glanced at the screen. Chase noticed. Of course he did. But he convinced himself it was stress. Her job was tough, the kids were troubled, maybe she was just tired. Then came the scent of cologne that wasn't his, lingering faintly on her clothes. Then came the nights when she showered before bed like she was washing something off. And then, the texts. One night, Chase woke to find the glow of her phone lighting the room. She was in the bathroom. The screen lit up with a message preview. Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you. T. His blood ran cold. He didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, he began collecting the pieces. Over the next 2 weeks, Chase played detective. He checked her calendar, noticed that her late nights always lined up with Thursday evenings. He casually mentioned dinner plans with her friend Kate, only to learn that Kate hadn't seen her in months. He followed her once. It was a Thursday. She told him she had a late counseling session with a student. She didn't go to the school. She drove to the outskirts of town, to a cheap motel tucked behind a gas station. Chase parked 2 blocks away and walked until he had a view of the lot. 20 minutes later, a black Dodge Challenger pulled up. Travis Holt. Chase knew the car, knew the man. Holt was a firefighter, tall, charming, loud, always surrounded by women at town events. He and Chase weren't exactly friends, but they'd shared beers at barbecues. That night, Chase watched as his wife kissed another man under the flickering motel light. The world didn't shatter. It didn't explode. It burned, slowly. Chase didn't tell anyone. He walked back to his truck, hands trembling, stomach in knots. Rage simmered just beneath the surface, but he kept it buried. He wasn't going to lose everything in a flash of violence. No, if they wanted fire, he'd give them a wildfire. Over the next month, Chase planned. He pretended everything was normal. He kissed Miranda goodnight, asked about her day, even picked up her favorite wine. She smiled more, probably thinking she had fooled him. She had no idea he had bought a second phone. No idea he had installed security cameras in his own house, set to upload footage to cloud storage. No idea he had followed Travis a second time and recorded a video of them together, laughing in a restaurant 2 towns over. No idea he had quietly transferred ownership of his business to his trusted manager, Lucas, to protect it. No idea he had hired a lawyer. Then, finally, the day came. It was their anniversary. Chase made dinner reservations. He dressed sharp, wore cologne she used to say she loved. Miranda came down the stairs in a red dress, her smile rehearsed. "You look beautiful," he said. "You always know how to say the right thing," she replied, kissing his cheek. They ate at La Fontaine, the nicest place in West Ember. He ordered champagne, toasted to 10 years. "To honesty," he said. She smiled. "To love." He almost laughed. When they returned home, he asked her to sit. Said he had something special planned. She sat on the couch, sipping wine. He turned on the TV. It was a video feed. The living room, from last Thursday, Miranda and Travis, laughing, kissing, disappearing into the bedroom. She froze. What is this? You tell me. She stood. Chase, it's not. Don't insult me, just tell me why. She looked down. I don't know. I felt invisible. You were always working. I needed to feel wanted. And you chose him? I didn't mean for it to happen. You didn't trip and fall into bed with him, Miranda. Silence. Then, her voice cracked. I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. She began to cry. He walked away, came back with a folder. Divorce papers. I already signed. You'll find the settlement more than fair. You can have the house. I don't want it anymore. Chase. He opened the door. Goodbye, Miranda. She walked out sobbing. The wind slammed the door shut behind her. 3 months passed. The town whispered. They always did. But Chase held his head high. He poured himself into work. Reconnected with old friends. Joined a boxing gym. He even started sketching again, something he hadn't done since college. One evening, while working late, a woman walked into the garage. Emma Caldwell, new in town, opened a bookstore downtown. Bright smile, soft voice, curious eyes. Her car needed work. He offered a discount. She brought him coffee the next day. They talked. And talked. And when she laughed at his stupid joke about carburetors, something in Chase's chest stirred. Not love, not yet. But something real. Miranda showed up once more. Months later. She looked thinner, tired. She asked if they could talk. He let her speak. I miss you, she said. He looked her in the eyes. I don't miss who I was when I was with you. She nodded slowly. I ruined it, didn't I? You burned it down. She turned to leave. He didn't stop her. That night, Chase stood outside his garage, watching the desert stars. Emma stood beside him, sipping tea. What are you thinking? She asked. He smiled. I'm thinking sometimes you have to let it all burn, just to see what rises from the ashes. She bumped his shoulder gently. You're kinda poetic for a mechanic. He chuckled. Don't tell anyone. They stood in silence, the stars above and new beginnings on the horizon.